Hello and welcome everybody to day number 3 of our countdown to Halloween or Samhain. I am Pisces Intuition. So today we are going to be doing a spooky little pick a card, kind of seeing what October is bringing to you. More or less, just kind of see what's going on here. So I have 3 cards laid out, 3 piles laid out. So the first card, or pile number 1, excuse me, is the purple witch hat. Pile number 2 is our friendly little ghost here. And then pile number 3 is the black and orange pumpkins. So go ahead and take a minute, pause the video if you need to. Take a minute, pick your pile. I went with 3 piles because that number just felt right for this reading. And it is a mixture of tarot and oracle cards. And then I will go ahead and be taking some tarot dice as well. So like I said, go ahead and pause the video if you need to, and then pick your pile. But I'm going to go ahead and start. Alright, so pile number 1, the purple witch hat. I'm just going to put that there. Alright, so we have invisibility. It's speaking about authenticity. We have show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. 7 of Cups. And the Hanged Man. Alright, so I'm going to adjust this so you guys can kind of get the view that I am getting here, and you can see the cards. Alright, so for the first card over here, invisibility, authenticity, so what that's telling me is, make sure that you are being the most authentic you. Make sure you're not wearing masks just to please other people. Make sure you're not hiding off into the darkness and the shadows. Make sure you're being you. It's okay to show people the real you. If they accept you, that's great. If they don't, well, then that's their loss. So, invisibility, authenticity. Like I said, definitely just make sure you are being the most authentic you. Now, with show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius, again, that's kind of going back to invisibility and authenticity for me. Show the world the real you. Don't hide in the shadows. Don't wear the masks. Like I said, it is perfectly fine to show the world the real you. Either they accept it or they don't. If they don't, then they weren't meant to be in your life anyways, because, you shouldn't have to be someone else in order to appease other people. Make sure you're being yourself. Again, make sure you're being the most authentic you. So now to go on to the tarot cards. When I shuffle and I do the piles, I don't actually look at the cards until I unveil them for you guys. So we have the Knight of Cups twice here, from the Witch's Tarot and then the Steampunk deck. So what this is telling me, it's just kind of reiterating, the Knight of Cups really needed to come out here. There's definitely an offer, a loving offer that is going to be made. Maybe that's what you've been kind of hiding. Maybe you're kind of feeling like you're not good enough, for this person, or, will this person accept the real you? If you kind of come out of the shadows, is this person going to accept you for who you are, or accept what it is that you're trying to offer them? Because to me it looks like there is somebody who really wants to offer you something, and you really want to offer somebody something too. There's plenty of romantic feelings here, loving feelings here. Then we have the 7 of Cups here, and to me that's talking about confusion. She's sitting up here perched under the full moon, trying to kind of make some decisions. Again, like I said, 7 of Cups, that's kind of confusion to me. But with her here in the moonlight, it's like she's really been thinking about it. She's not just jumping to conclusions or trying to make decisions swiftly. You know, she's definitely just kind of thinking about it. You know, what's the best thing for her? You know, what is it that she wants? You know, what is it that she wants to do? How does she want to proceed? You know, and the Hanged Man here, that's kind of reiterating here, you know, about her taking some time out and just kind of really thinking on this situation. You know, the Hanged Man is all about going within yourself, you know, taking some time out, you know, gaining a different perspective on this. You know, sometimes where things can seem dark and bleak, you know, there's actually something very beautiful hidden there. So it's like you are kind of hiding away from the world, or you're just kind of hiding your true self from people. Like I said, there's definitely some feelings here. There's definitely someone that you want to reach out to, someone you want to communicate with, but, you know, you've got this fear, there's this confusion. Will they accept me for who I am? You know, will they accept my flaws, you know, or what you deem, you know, as flaws? But you got to remember, what you see as your flaws, you know, that's what makes you beautiful. That is what, you know, other people, you know, can sometimes look at you and think, well, how is that a flaw? You know, you may think you have a scar on you, but to me that shows strength. So, you know, I mean, like I said, we all perceive beauty in different ways. So what you may see as a flaw, you know, somebody else sees, like I said, as beauty. Somebody else sees as, you know, just character traits. So, you know, like I said, I'm just getting some kind of self-esteem issues here. You know, like I said, some confusion. Do you really want to proceed with this? Do you really want to make this offer? You know, is this person, like I said, going to accept you for who you are, or accept your offer? And, you know, it's looking like there's who it is you want to talk to. You know, it looks like with there being two offers here, you know, perhaps they're kind of waiting for you to make the first move, or you're waiting for them. I think you're waiting more for them to make the first move, because like I said, you're kind of just in this little, you know, in the Hanged Man state where you're kind of stuck because you're trying to make up your mind. You know, like I said, you're trying to just, it's not that you're stagnant or anything, but you're just trying to make up your mind, you know, what is best for me? You know, is this person, again, going to accept me for who I am? So now let's take some tarot dice. Okay, so we have the Six of Pentacles, and then we have the Eight of Pentacles, and then we have the Ace of Cups. So, you know, this is telling me with the Eight of Pentacles, you have to put the work in. You know, you have to find that balance within yourself. You kind of have to realize there's an equal give and take here. You can't keep hiding from the world and expect, you know, the world to kind of come to you. Sometimes you have to put yourself out there. You know, you have to put yourself, you have to move yourself forward, you know, in order to get what you want, because it's not just going to fall in your lap at times. You know, I mean, you can manifest all you want, but if you're not meeting the universe halfway, then sometimes it's just not going to happen for you. If you're just holed up inside your house, you know, it's, like I said, it's not going to happen for you. So then we have the Six of Pentacles, again, you know, just kind of touching on that. You know, the Eight of Pentacles, again, that's telling me, you know, definitely put some work in there. Put yourself out there. Because, I mean, like I said, you can't be holed up. You want to make this offer. You know, this person, like I said, is very much into you. You're very much into this person. You know, you're just scared. So we have the Ace of Cups here. We have two Knights of Cups that want to make this loving offer. But we just have fear and confusion that's holding you back. But here with the Ace of Cups, you know, Ace is new beginnings. Cups, definitely emotions, you know, love, feelings, you know, things like that. So there's a lot of emotions here. There's lots of loving emotions here. You know, just put the work in, you know, and make sure, like I said, you're putting yourself out there. Excuse me. There has to be a balance. You can't just keep hidden and, like I said, expect it to kind of fall in your lap, because this person may not make the first move. So, you know, definitely let it, let your feelings be known. Like I said, there is a brand new beginning here, and that's definitely what I'm seeing for you. So just put yourself out there, and I'm seeing the brand new beginning in love for you. Again, don't be afraid to be the most authentic you. Show the world the real you. All right, pile number 1. All right, beautiful. All right. And pile number 2. If you chose our cute little ghosty friend here, this reading is for you. Sorry, my throat has been dry. It is freezing cold here, and we are getting snow. So, yeah, fun times. All right. So, the first oracle we get for you is the owl. Wise seeing, wise action. Beautiful card. All right, and then Moonology says a time to give rather than take. New moon in Virgo. And then we have Page of Swords, Nine of Cups, Four of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. All right, get it to where you guys can see that here. Okay. So let's start with the owl. Wise seeing, wise action. So the owl is, in many traditions, especially the Native American traditions, the owls are kind of guardians of spirits. I mean, they can, they're very, very wise. They're a very spiritual animal is what I'm trying to say. I can't quite get the words out here. But, they're very, like I said, very spiritual animals. They're also very, what am I trying to say here? Eyes on the prey, like they know, they're very watchful. They know what's going on. Like I said, they can, they know what's going on. They are watching and they're sensing things. Now, a time to give rather than take. And that kind of gets that, this is telling me that you kind of had an awakening with the owl card here. And, so now you're kind of sensing that either it is time for you to start giving more and then taking, or vice versa. So you may already be in a relationship or, something along those lines, but you definitely need to balance those scales out of equality of that give and take. Too much of one without the other, it's just not going to have anything work. Nobody's going to be happy. So now to get on with the tarot, we have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords, that's talking about some kind of mental clarity. That's talking about, an idea or, some kind of spark that's like, you've been trying to figure something out, and then it's like, aha, so that's what that is, you've kind of figured something out. There's been some kind of truth brought, to this situation here. And the Nine of Cups, that's all about wish fulfillment. You see her, she's just kind of, she's looking at all her cups. She's right where she wants to be. She's got everything she needs. She's good to go. Like I said, wish fulfillment. But then we have the Four of Swords. So, that's telling me that you really need to kind of take a step back. You need to take some rest. You need a break. You definitely need to clear your mind. Get rid of some kind of stresses. And, Four of Swords, that card usually comes out when you are really stressed or have a lot of anxiety, a lot of things going on, especially in, your headspace. So, this is just telling me that you really need to kind of take a break, take some time out, clear that headspace, meditate if you need to, take a day off if you can. Whatever it is that you need to do for you, you definitely need to take some self-care. And speaking of self-care, we have the Queen of that here. The Queen of Pentacles. She's, very, very abundant queen, very loving, very nurturing. She's the closest to, the Empress card in the of the major arcana. Like I said, she's, she holds the key. She's very independent. She doesn't need anybody. And I say she, but this can be male energy as well. So, I'm just referring to the card, the picture on the card. So like I said, take it, as it resonates. But, the Queen of Pentacles, again, like I said, she's, holding the key. She can do what she needs. She doesn't need anybody else to do anything for her. She can do it herself. She's very self-reliant. She's very very independent, and like I said, she knows when she needs to take time out for herself. She knows when, she's very balanced. She knows when she's been kind of working too hard and she needs to take a time out. She knows that when she has wish fulfillment, then it's time to go ahead and just stop and take that break. She's, like I said, very nurturing, very loving, very abundant, and also very independent. So, maybe you've been kind of focused on yourself, focused on your wish fulfillment, focused on your happiness, and then you've kind of had this kind of like aha moment, or something may have been said here that kind of made you realize, oh, you know what, maybe I need to start giving back instead of just taking, just focusing on myself. Like I said, going back to the owl, wise seeing, eyes on the prize at all times. That's the Nine of Cups, that's the Queen of Pentacles. But like I said, now it's definitely calling for some time to kind of be just taken out. Like I said, meditate, take a day off. It's time to kind of appreciate what it is that you have, appreciate that you have this wish fulfillment, that you've, kind of busted your butt, you've got what you want. So now let's take that day off. Let's practice some self-care here. And, it's okay to go ahead and cut out, what's not serving us in our life, on our journey. And, that's exactly what the Queen of Pentacles is good at too. Queen of Swords, that's definitely her area. But, the Queen of Pentacles, like I said, she's loving, she's nurturing. But, she also is very independent. She doesn't need anybody else to give her anything. She will do it herself. So, if something is no longer serving her either, well, here we go. She'll get rid of it. So now let's take some tarot dice on this situation as well. All right. So we have the Queen of Pentacles again. We have the Three of Wands. And then we have, let's see, the Ten of Pentacles. I'm sorry, I was partially blinded. Okay, so Three of Wands. That's telling me that you're kind of waiting for something to come in, but I think this is more, you're waiting for a break now. You have wish fulfillment, you have everything, but now it's time, like I said, to kind of just focus on yourselves and take some time out, but also make sure you're balancing those scales. You're giving and not just taking. Again, Queen of Pentacles we have here. So that's, reiterating everything I just said, here. That's just clarifying her again. And then the Ten of Pentacles, that's abundance. That is, family abundance, can be, stability for your family, especially financial stability. That is just, like I said, overall abundance. The Queen of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, everything that's going on here is like great. Just make sure you're taking time out for yourself. You've got that material abundance. You've got the finances on point. Your wish fulfillment. You're kind of learning to cut out what's not serving you and what, you're just not here for it. If you're not here for it, then, bye. You don't need it. But like I said, make sure you are kind of taking out time for yourself, but don't get too wrapped up in your ego to where you keep taking, and not giving back. Make sure you're giving back in return. So, yeah, this reading, like, great, guys. Finances are on point, self-care, good job, wish fulfillment. Can't get much better. So, kudos to you guys. Let's go to number 3. Alright, so if you chose pile number 3 with our little orange and black pumpkin here, then this reading is for you. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we have Midnight, the most magical hour of all. I love that card. And then we have a new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. Nice. All right, and then for the tarot, we have the Star. We have the Empress. Okay. We have Four of Pentacles. And last but not least, we have the Star again. Okay. So apparently they really want their messages to get across tonight. So like I said, I do not take cards. When I shuffle and I do the piles, I don't look at the cards before. I look at them when I'm looking at them with you guys. So, you know, sorry. But, okay, so let's start with midnight, the most magical hour of all. So, you know, I've had this card come out in readings before, and this card is just, to me, it is saying, you know, even though this night is long, this night is dark, you know, this night is kind of cold, there's going to be a morning, there's going to be light, there's going to be a brand new day, a brand new start. You know, light at the tunnel, light at the end of the tunnel type situation. You know, midnight, like I said, it's often... yeah, that's the witching hour, that's the magical hour. So this could be indicative to timing, but to me it's just more or less saying that I think you've been going through a lot of stresses, a lot of, you know, like I said, kind of dark, cold periods, and, you know, just remember, like I said, there is going to be a bright new day with a brand new fresh start that, you know, that follows. So, you know, don't give up, like I said. So, then we have new moon in Libra, a new romantic cycle begins. So, you know, perhaps you've been feeling kind of alone. Perhaps you've been, you know, wondering what's going to be happening in your love life. It looks like, you know, you may have had some heartbreak here or something along those lines, because we have the Star card here twice, which I'm getting... Okay, I'll go ahead and start with this Star card. So this Star card is kind of telling me that, you know, this is a very healing card. You know, so you see her dress, you see her sitting there, and this is just all about healing to me. You know, and then we have the Empress here, where, you know, you've healed from past breakups, you've healed from past hurts, you know, and now you're ready for a new romantic cycle to begin. You know, you're sitting pretty, you are the Empress, you are ready to give birth to a new situation, to a new fresh start. You know, you want this relationship, you realize your self-worth, you realize that you are no longer going to chase a situation, but you're going to let this situation come to you. You know, like I said, the Empress, again, very close to the Queen of Pentacles. You know, she's very self-independent, very self-reliant, you know, very loving, very nurturing. You know, when we have the Empress here, that always talks about, you know, birthing a fresh new start. And so with a new romantic cycle begins, it's no surprise to me that you get the Empress, you know, after healing, like I said, from past breakups, past hurts, you know, possibly, you know, how you view yourself, or, you know, is it me, is it, you know, whatever it is that you were just kind of being negative about. This is telling me that you've healed from that, and you're ready for that fresh new start. You're ready for that new romantic relationship. You know, the scales are balanced. You know, you're good to go. You are the Empress. You are sitting pretty in your throne, ready to go. Now, the Four of Pentacles, that tells me that, you know, you may have been holding on to a relationship too tight, or definitely holding on what you value most, you know, just holding on tightly to it. What you value most could be your self-worth. It could be possibly a past relationship, but I'm getting that, you know, usually when I get the Four of Pentacles, to me, that tells me that somebody's hanging on really tight to a past relationship or to a situation that they're not ready to release. But for this situation, I'm getting, you know, especially with the Star, the Empress here, what I'm getting is, you know, the Four of Pentacles, you chose yourself, you know, over the past hurt, over the past relationships, everything that you've been through. Like I said, you've healed from it, and you've chose to hang on to yourself. You've chose to, you know, birth a fresh new start for yourself. You've chose to become the Empress. You've chose to view your self-worth, you know, and know what it is that you deserve, and know what it is that, you know, you want. So to me, that's what you've been hanging on. You've hung on to yourself. You've went through, your lessons. You've, like I said, you've done some healing, and now it's time for some wish fulfillment. And what you want, what you're wishing for is a new romantic cycle. Like I said, you're ready. You could possibly be ready to start a family. The Empress card, like I said, she's very motherly, very loving, very nurturing. So you could be ready to start a family in your life. So let's go ahead and take some tarot dice and see. A beautiful reading. You guys have really come a long way. Excuse the noise of the dice. Alright. Alright, so we have strength. We have the Ace of Swords here. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. So, what I'm seeing here, the Page of Pentacles, that's all about, kind of offering something, tangible. This is telling me that you want more than just words. You're ready for something, you're ready to see action. You're ready, like I said, we have the Ace of Swords here too. So again, this is telling me that you're ready for an offer to, come through. You're ready for a brand new beginning, and you're ready for not just talk, but, for an offer, for action. You're ready for that. You've been patient, and you're also, like I said, a very strong, independent woman. I keep getting that. Or strong, independent male. Like I said, energy can go both ways. But again, like I said, you are definitely ready for a brand new beginning. You're definitely ready for an offer to be made to you. With the Ace of Swords too, that's, talking about, mental clarity. It's like you've cleared your headspace. You're not confused. You don't know. You're not in that state of mind where you're like, oh, am I ready for a relationship? Is this what I want? What exactly am I looking for in a relationship? What am I looking for? You're past that. Like I said, you've healed it. You figured out what you want, and you definitely chose yourself along the way, which that's great. And now you're, doing this wish fulfillment for a new romantic cycle because you realized, there is light at the end of the tunnel. And so you're ready, like I said, for this offer to be made, and you want action. Actions speak louder than words to you right now. And like I said, you've been patient, and you've got that strength. You want something long lasting. You want something for the rest of your life. Like I said, strength card, usually there's like the little infinity symbol, and usually it's the Empress, with the lion in the strength card that's, depicted on there. So, it's no surprise to me this came out. Like I said, you want something long-lasting. You've been patient, and, like I said, you're very strong. So, the Empress here, like I said, you could be ready to start a family. That's why you want something long-lasting, because you want to start a family with this next person. So, that's what I have for you, pile number 3. All beautiful readings. So, I hope this helps you. Not exactly spooky, but still had fun doing it. I hope you guys enjoyed the different cards and the tarot dice combo. Let me know down below. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate it, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow for another spooky video.